AI is in everything. And oftentimes on this show, lining up guests, we'll end up with like 2 stories at least about AI. You get tired of hearing about it? Well, it's going to be even more intrusive. It acts more than you even think. The robots are getting smarter and we're getting dumber. That's what some people are saying. Is that true, though, really? Because they only do what we say. Joining us now is the CEO and founder of a company called Aleta. It's a technology consulting firm that they help automate companies with AI, using AI. Matt Rosen is with us now. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show this morning.
How do I know I'm even talking to you? Maybe I'm talking to your AI bot.
You could be, but I can tell you it's definitely me.
How do we know that stuff, though?
AI has not figured out how to bridge the physical and the digital world. And we're still at a point where AI only does what we give it instructions to do. Like go into ChatGPT and say, the sky is green or it's raining pickles, and it gets confused. And that's what, the latest version of OpenAI and what all this hype is about is they're trying to bring AI to human-level reasoning where it has common sense and experience and can bridge the digital and the physical world. And frankly, it's not there yet. And, we've been working with AI before the launch of ChatGPT in November 2022, and we've been seeing headlines left and right ever since then. And AI is good at some things. It's good at automating tasks. It's good at creating insights from data. It's good at creating a good starting point. And it's going to be part of our daily lives for a long time to come. But human-level reasoning, human replacement, it's not there yet.
You just said the word yet. I heard you say the word yet. So you're saying someday, though, someday it will, huh?
In theory, it could. I just don't see it happening. I mean, we've been deploying this for clients, helping them navigate the landscape, figuring out how to plug it in. And, I see a lot of individual users really doing things like writing emails and doing research and creating starting points. But I'd say the vast majority of our clients haven't really done anything with it yet. It feels like the very early days of the Internet, the mobile phone, where people are like, it's going to do all these things, it's going to revolutionize everything. And it took a while, and there's still challenges with it. So do I ever think AI is as smart as a human? Hey, in some ways it already is. I mean, it can read books faster than you or I can. It can summarize them faster than you and I can. But is that truly intelligence? I don't think so.
I don't know. You hang out with some of my friends, you'll start looking at AI. You'll go, boy, that's smarter than some of Mike's friends. But, actually, he's just smarter than Mike. We don't understand AI at all. The average person just sitting out here having a bologna sandwich today at lunch, we don't understand AI at all, do we?
I can't speak for everyone, but I would say, half the population, has at least logged in and played with it. So I think there's a large amount that have. But if you haven't at least taken time to download or just go to Perplexity or ChatGPT or Gemini or one of these and just play with it for a few minutes, I think it'd be huge to most people to do that. And there's jobs it's never going to affect. I mean, we're always going to need trades. We're going to need people to do manufacturing. It's never going to replace humans. But for those that do the same thing over and over again, or for those that aren't particularly good at what they do, there's definitely jobs at risk. So I think, this technology is here to stay. There's going to be new opportunities that are going to be created. It's going to think and learn how to use to adapt it. But to put your head in the sand and say this is never going to affect me, I think, you can do that, but it's going to be around us one way or another. So I think it's best for most people to at least get a base level understanding of what it could do. And you do that pretty easily just by opening up a browser window and playing with it. And most people have a smartphone or a computer laying around somewhere they can get to it. And it's all open, it's all free. And, it's something that, I try and do every day is keep up with it and see where it's going. But it can be scary at first, but it's like every other technology revolution. We thought all the jobs were going to go away and different ones were created.
Yeah. Well, you have to do it every day. You said the trades, there's certain jobs that'll never be touched. I don't know. As you said that, I could see, let's just take a roofer. I'm just throwing it out there. Someone who puts shingles on or metal roofs on or rubberoid or whatever. I could see, and maybe this already exists, a robot framework that is built next to a house. Of course, you got to have the guys to build the framework then. But they bring it out. It's a machine, and it takes the stuff up to the roof and then lays it out, and in 4 hours you got a roof. I don't know. Maybe they'll just redesign roofs. AI will. Aren't robots the example of certain jobs going away?
Yeah, you have robots doing some really routine tasks, like an Amazon warehouse, where it's like doing pick pack. But when you talk about the technical work that's required to do plumbing, roofing, any of these trades take humans years to learn, and there's a lot of problem solving. Again, bridging that digital and physical world. They've been trying to produce robots, like you saw in the Jetsons, for years and years and years. Frankly, it's super expensive, and it's hard to maneuver through the physical world. So could it be there in 50 or 100 years where you have a robot roofer? I think it's possible. But I think those type of really complicated jobs that require 10, 15, 20 years of training to get really good at are safe for a long time to come, just because of the sheer expense of trying to deploy a machine to replace a human. Now, in my world, we write code and do things with data for a living, and AI is having a profound impact on what we do. We're embracing it, trying to get ahead of it. Basically, every single person in our organization go through AI training, and we have the highest demand for that skill set of anything else. And so we see opportunity, but it can write code and do the thing a lot of my junior level coders can do. So they have to get a lot better at writing code, and our clients demand it. They're expecting us to produce 30 to 50% more, and then also come up with all sorts of innovative insights. So for like us, we don't have a choice but to stay ahead of the curve, as does every consulting firm in the world right now. So it's a really both interesting and scary time.
Interesting and scary. I think I'm going to check out and live in a cabin, barter with chickens, like I said. Matt Rosen, a CEO and founder of Aleta. This is a technology consulting firm. They deal with AI on a daily and hourly basis. By the way, speaking of the roofing robots, Roofbots would be a great marketing name. I'm just saying.
Roofbots, I like it.
Roofbots. Call Roofbots. We'll have you up in 5 hours or whatever. All right. So we were talking earlier about the power grid and AI and the need for more and more and more energy and these big data energy centers. These big data centers that are going up and have gone up. Are we ever going to get to a tipping point where that just just crashes everything? I mean, there's a lot of energy there.
We're getting close. One of the ways that these companies are trying to fix this is to actually make these models smaller, and they're trying to design chips that are more optimized. A lot of the chips we've been using for AI were originally designed for video games. I mean, that's where NVIDIA started. And so they've been adapting the chips, and then you've got OpenAI and others trying to build new AI chips that are better to run the algorithms faster. But if they don't do that, there could be some energy challenges because these require a lot of CPU, which requires a lot of power. And so, that's the last thing we want is for us to be competing with the AIs for power. And so, what I'm seeing is faster chips, smaller models that are more contained and are more targeted versus these huge, massive models, which supposedly can solve every problem. But, what I think is going to have to happen is they're going to get smaller chips, are going to get faster, or we're going to have to produce a lot more energy.
I'm just trying to, in a factory situation, you go in, you're a consultant, you go in and you look at the what they have going on now. Do you see, say an automotive factory? Would you be able to look at that and say, we can make a lot smaller footprint here with this and that, and AI here? And does it mean smaller buildings then, smaller operations? You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to.
I think it's completely dependent on the space that we're going into. So I can't speak to automotive specifically. But, what I can't speak to is the fact that, there's within every business, there's opportunities to either automate tasks, there's the ability to create more insights from the data they have. And data is ultimately a company's differentiator these days. And then, create new content. And so, when I think about different organizations, everyone's a little bit different. But would physical footprints of a manufacturer plant be smaller? I think it's possible. We still need somewhere to put all the cars. We're still going to drive, even if they drive themselves. So I think it's going to be very dependent on industry, how much, physical space is needed. But heck, you've seen there not be a whole lot of need for office buildings with everyone working from home. I wouldn't want to own an office tower right now in any city. So, I do think the world is changing around us, and all we can do is, kind of keep up with what's happening. But I don't think humanity or the need for workers is going away anytime soon. In every revolution we've ever had, people have always been worried. You thought about the guy that used to deliver ice to your house, and everyone had an ice machine. Well, I have an ice machine; it breaks all the damn time. So, with one job going away, another one gets created. They're just going to be, different jobs than we've seen in the past.
You know how I'm adapting? I'm going off grid. I'm raising my own food. I'm lighting with candles, and I'm wearing wool pants from now on.
I like it.
Yeah. Not that you need to know the kind of pants I'm wearing, but
Well, I definitely have a place in the country with lots of food. Haven't started with chickens yet.
Hey, when it all goes to hell, Matt, you're invited out to my compound. I'll have to let you into the gate, but you are allowed in. And I'll tell my guards to stand down, and you can come in and eat the food that I've grown, okay?
Your robot guards sounds good.
Hey, don't go there! All right. Hey, Matt, thanks a lot, buddy. We'll stay in touch.
All right. Thanks for having me on the show. Bye-bye.
See ya.